Hello again, friends, fans, and dairy products of all ages. This is Cheese of Ages here with episode 2 of You Want to Talk About Overpowered. And it's going to be another League of Legends contribution. And other aspects of my videos, I've switched back to the previous lighting configuration because when I had the light behind my monitor, it started melting my monitor. So, yeah. So you'll have to deal with this for the time being. I'll try to sit slightly further away so it doesn't reflect. The monitor does not reflect off my glasses. I really need to do something about that. Anyway. Today we're going to be talking about Vladimir, like I said I was going to in the previous video about Nessus. A quick overview of Vladimir, the Crimson Reaper. He's a mage, primary role, secondary role, tank. So, right away, you'll see like shades of why he might be really annoying to lane against with particular champions. It's because he's a lot more durable than a regular mage. Now, he's got the passive Crimson Pact. He gains ability power equal to 2.5% of his bonus health, and bonus health equal to 140% of his ability power. But these bonuses don't count for each other, so the ability power you get from your passive doesn't give you bonus health, and the bonus health you get doesn't give you bonus ability power. It only works for other sources. And moving on, his Q is Transfusion. He drains the life force of his target, dealing magic damage and healing himself. And Sanguine Pool. It costs 20% of his current health to do it, and starts off with a reasonably steep 26-second cooldown, but scales down to 14% as you put ranks in it. And this Sanguine Pool, you sink into a 150 radius pool of blood, which is about the size of the standard AoE ability. You gain 37.5% bonus movement speed that decays over time, and you become untargetable for 2 seconds, the duration of this ability. Any enemy that is in the pool is slowed by 40% and are dealt magic damage every second, while Vladimir heals for 15% of that. Tides of Blood. You unleash a torrent of blood, damaging all enemies within range. So it's an ability that you can somewhat spam that is just untargeted and just hits everything around you. And it costs health to do this, increasing every time you spam it, increases the cost, but it also increases the regeneration you get. His ultimate is Hemoplague, which infects all enemies in a small AoE area with a virulent plague that increases the damage they take from all sources by 12% for 5 seconds, and after that 5 seconds they take magic damage, which isn't a lot of magic damage, but it's usually enough to win you a dueling session. If you're like you're having a 1v1, it's usually enough to win you that if you both back away with little health. Now, this kit and by extension champion aren't as stupid as Nessus can be if played correctly, but it's still stupid. Sanguine Pool. You escape. You just get away. You become completely untargetable for 2 seconds, in which you get more movement speed than you would get from buying a complete full extra set of boots. You can outrun most people with this freaking ability, and that's what you should be using it for. You should, because of the cooldown, you should really just only use this as a free escape ability, because you're gonna get the frack away every single damn time. It's because of this lone ability that Vladimir is next to unkillable in lane. You're having an exchange, you're about to die, sanguine pool, go under tower. You can get, you have ample time to get far out of their kill range in the laning phase, and at least when your first tower is still up, and then you just leave, and then you come back. You know, if you make the mistake of like staying and trying to exchange outside of under tower, then you're gonna have a bit of a hard time. But if you just like if you're staying and you're staying under tower, you can usually just lifesteal back up unless they all in your ass, which in a lot of cases they're not going to be able to. And if they like are taking the stance of chasing you under tower, just keep fleeing. You know, just get away. You pretty much cannot be killed early game once you have a sanguine pool up. Now, the drawback of this is it has like a 26-second cooldown initially, so that's why you don't usually linger around too much and you play safe until it's off cooldown. Now, that really makes him freaking annoying. He's nearly impossible to kill early game. And nearly impossible to kill throughout the game, because he just has pretty much one of the best escapes in the entire game. Excuse me. Another ability that becomes incredibly oppressive and stupid in the early game especially is his primary method of poke removes yours. Transfusion. He smacks something, he heals, and if he's been using Tides of Blood, his healing is actually intensifying. It's getting better and better slightly as he is doing this, as he's like hitting your wave. So he just like does his primary poke move of like transfusion to like smack you to get some harass off, and usually the majority of the time his poke will completely remove yours. And if you do manage to outpoke him and outtrade him, and he can like escape your all-in with Sanguine Pool, and if you don't all-in and you just keep landing against him, he will out-sustain you every single damn time. He just has so much fucking sustain. Just so much ridiculous sustain. And if you do all-in him, and you're trading back and forth, and inevitably you're going to both be low. He has ult, Hemoplague, Ignite, Blood Pool. He wins, you lose. This isn't as stupid as Nasus can be. Nasus has some freaking weak points, and what you really have to play to him, like just become his backpack in team fights, and so he can just run roughshod over people. Vladimir doesn't have an enormous teamfight presence compared to some other people, but he still has a pretty sizable team fighting presence. With his sustainability, his ability to do large portions of damage, though not as ridiculous as some other champions, and his ultimate, like enabling you to focus down things really easily. His maneuverability with the Sanguine Pool and Tides of Blood AoE damage. He's actually reasonably good in team fights, but not as super specially awesome as some others because he has no actual hard CC. He's just stupid fucking annoying to lane against, is the main thing. And if he gets fed, he's nearly unkillable. Without many tanking items at all, he just has so much freaking sustain that it's hard to kill him. And if you do get near killing him, all he has to do is press one button and you don't kill him. If his team is anywhere nearby. However, unlike Nasus, there are valid counterplay strategies. You can outplay a Vladimir. When his first tower is finally down, or you catch him too far away for his black pool to actually get him so far back under tower you can't possibly catch him, you can still kill him on certain champions when he fools away. For instance, a Talon who has his ult gives him a speed boost and also gives an array of blades that will home in on his location after he unstealths. You can usually time that to where Vladimir has pooled. You can ult and then run maybe flash to get on the other side of him and intercept him, and then like continue to burst him down, and you can catch him that way. Some other things like speed boosts or rapid gap closers. Somebody that can catch up to Vladimir can catch him if that first tower is down. So it's not immediate auto escape unless he has teammates there. However, if he sticks close to teammates and plays safe and secure and starts bursting down and you manage to burn through his sustain, and he's got teammates there, he can just go through his teammates with his blood pool, and you can't catch him because his teammate's going to peel for him. And it's pretty much automatic peel, because they're not just going to let you keep chasing, you know. You know, like, who cares if they don't have peel? Vladimir gives them peel by just moving through them. You know? He's just like, I'm going to be behind you now. You know, like, all you got to do is attack them. I'm gone. It's stupid annoying. For a mage, he is nigh impossible to kill. And Riot supposedly has said it's one champion they wish they had not put in the game. And he's nearly impossible to balance. I don't know how true those rumors are, but apparently he's nearly impossible to balance properly, as one buff or nerf could send him spiraling in the other direction too far, and he's just fucking annoying. You know, other than becoming an unkillable monstrosity, he doesn't really bring a lot to the table. He's just fucking annoying to play against. He has a toxic kit, to an extent. Not as toxic as some other kids, but it's just so fucking enraging and annoying to play against. You will out-sustain everybody with no tank items. And if they manage to take you down, you get away anyway. I've middle laned against this guy several times, and he's nearly impossible to kill in the early game. You have to seriously outplay this dude to get him killed. I wouldn't say he's like super phenomenally OP, but he's just plain stupid. It's ridiculous. How much health he can get back from transfusion, the fact that he can pretty much negate poke completely, and the fact that he has free escapes just make him such an annoyance to play against, and so hard to do anything about. It's But anyway, yeah, it's not a long video compared to the Nasus one, considering my Nasus one was just basically just repeating things I said 3 times and saying it's stupid and ridiculous multiple times. I think you can like forgive that and appreciate the modification in length. In summary, Vladimir is OP. Not as much as Nasus, but OP for the sheer unbelievable sustain he has without having to do anything, and the fact that he has essentially free escapes that are nearly impossible to counterplay in the early game. Like, and during team fights, you just like, his team has to be doing awfully bad if you can kill Vladimir. You know, if you can kill a good Vladimir, his team is terrible or not there. You know? Anyway, this will be Cheese of Ages signing off. No particular promises about what champion will be next in this, but it will continue the trend of champions that are not often talked about being overpowered, that are in need of adjustment. So, this will be Cheese of Ages signing off, as I said. So, yeah.